So this was actually the application of proportionality also. And what proportionality, what did we use? If distance is constant, then speed is inversely proportional to time. If distance is constant, speed is inversely proportional to time. Now again, we'll take one more thing. So first I'll explain another relation. We have this relation distance equal to speed into time. Now here, suppose time is constant. What will happen? If time is constant, then d will be directly proportional to speed. So for example, if I give 2 hours time to two people, one person has a speed 20 kilometers per hour, one person has 30 kilometers per hour. So obviously the speed, the person who has less speed will cover less distance. The person who has higher speed will cover more distance. That means there is a direct proportionality. Now what does it mean? In terms of ratio, it would mean d1 upon d2 is equal to s1 upon s2. That means ratio of distances traveled will be equal to ratio of speeds if time is constant, if time is same. So let's take another question. A and B start traveling simultaneously towards each other from Ahmedabad and Baroda respectively at speeds 60 kilometers per hour and 40 kilometers per hour respectively. That means A starts from Ahmedabad with a speed 60 kilometers per hour, B starts from Baroda at a speed 40 kilometers per hour. Find the distances, ratio of distances traveled. Ratio of distances traveled by them when they meet. So one person starts from Ahmedabad, let's say A starts from here at a speed 60 kilometers per hour. This arrow shows the direction, that means they are towards each other. B starts from Baroda at a speed 40 kilometers per hour. We don't know the distance between them. What we know is they have started simultaneously from these points. So A starts from here, B starts from here. Okay. Suppose they meet here. Suppose this M is the meeting point. Whatever time is taken by A to start from here and to go up to this point is the same time taken by B to go from this point to this point. Right? The meeting, we are assuming that M is the meeting point. Suppose they meet here. That means obviously the time taken for A to go from this point to this point is same as time taken by B to go from this point to this point. Right? That means time is constant. So if time is constant, then the distance traveled ratio, that is AM is to BM, should be equal to ratio of speeds, which is 60 upon 40. So it is 3 by 2. So answer is 3:2. Very simple question. Right? So if this can be used in all cases of meeting. What are the conditions in this? Conditions are they have to start simultaneously. Right? So if they start simultaneously, that means they start at the same time and they must have reached that meeting point at the same time. That's why they're meeting, right? So the meaning of meeting is they reach that point at the same moment. So the time consumed is same for both of them. So if the time is same, then distance traveled ratio will be exactly same as ratio of speeds. Now suppose if I add another thing in this. If A has traveled 30 kilometers more when they meet, find distance between Ahmedabad and Baroda. Same question. the additional question in this. So where do you start from? Still start from this. What does the question say? It says that when they are meeting at that moment, A would have traveled 30 kilometers more than B. A has traveled 30 kilometers more than B. What does it mean? Go back to the same diagram. Suppose B has traveled X kilometers. That means A has traveled X plus 30 kilometers. Alright. So B has traveled X kilometers, A has traveled X plus 30 kilometers. We have to find the total distance between A and B. Original distance between A and B. So here already we have AM upon BM is equal to 3 by 2. So even if this wasn't there, we could have simply started as AM upon BM is equal to 60 by 40. Instead of AM, in place of AM we can put X plus 30. In place of BM we can put X. That is the distances traveled ratio. Should be equal to 60 by 40, which is 3 by 2. So from here we can find X, and then finally we can find the distance. How? Let's see. Cross multiply, you get 2X plus 60 is equal to 3X. So we get X is equal to 60 kilometers. Right? That means the distance AB will be equal to AM plus BM. AM is X plus 30, BM is X. So the total distance will be 60 plus 30 plus 60. That is 150 kilometers. I'm sure you could have done this in lesser steps, but I have to do in detail. You can reduce the number of steps in this. You can directly say AB is equal to X plus 30 plus X. So 2X plus 30, so 2 into 60, 120 plus 30, that is 150 kilometers. Or there is another thing. If you understand this ratio thing very comfortably, then there is another way to look at it. We know that AM is to BM is 3 is to 2, and these are the distances traveled. So the ratio of distances traveled is 3 is to 2. Now here, what does it mean? If A has, so I'm talking about a different method, right? Method 2. So first you find the ratio of speeds, that will be the ratio of distances, that is 3 is to 2. In this, suppose AM has traveled 3 kilometers, BM should have traveled 2 kilometers. So what is the difference between them? 1 kilometer. That means A has traveled 1 kilometer more. Alright? But this 1 has to be how much? 30 kilometers. So what should we do? Multiply by 30. So multiply this by 30. You get 90 kilometers. Multiply this by 30. You get 60 kilometers. That means when they meet, A has traveled 90 kilometers, B has traveled 60 kilometers. So that means total they would have traveled 150 kilometers, and hence that is the distance between Ahmedabad and Baroda. So the distance AB is equal to 90 plus 60, 150 kilometers. This is another way to look at it. Okay, both. I mean, all this is dependent on this expression. Ram and Sham start swimming from opposite ends of a swimming pool towards each other and meet at a distance (60 meters) from Ram's starting point okay. They continue swimming and reach their respective opposite ends, turn back. So they reach their respective opposite ends, then again turn back and meet again. So obviously they'll meet again, right? Suppose they start from opposite ends. One person start from here, one person start from here. They go like this, they meet, they go to the opposite ends, again turn back. Obviously again they will meet somewhere. So meet again at a distance 80 meters from Shyam's starting end. From Shyam's starting point. Now the question is, find length of the pool. Still it is based on the ratio of distances and ratio of speeds. Let's solve it here. Suppose this is the swimming pool and the length of the swimming pool is L. This is the Ram's starting point and this is Shyam's starting point. Suppose speed of Ram is R meter per second and speed of Shyam is S meter per second. And the first meeting happens at a distance 60 meters from Ram's starting point. So from here 60 meters. So this distance is 60 meters. Then this distance will be how much? L minus 60 meters. Because the total length is L. Right? They have started simultaneously and this is the, let's say, meeting point 1. So whatever time Ram is taken to go from this point to this point, whatever time Shyam is taken to go from this point to this point, let's call this end as A and this end as B. Let's call the meeting point as M only. This is the first meeting point M. That means this AM upon BM distance, the ratio of distances traveled, should be equal to the ratio of speeds. The ratio of speeds is what? R upon S. So AM upon BM I'll write as 60 upon L plus 60, L minus 60. Distance traveled by Ram, that is AM, which is 60. Distance traveled by Shyam, that is BM, that is L minus 60. That should be equal to R by S. Okay. Now, what is happening in the second case? They continue moving. Suppose Ram starts from here. Ram goes like this and then turns back. Comes somewhere here. Shyam would have started from here. Goes up to this point, turns back. Right? So this is the distance traveled by Ram and this is the distance traveled by Shyam. Okay. Just to differentiate, I have drawn differently. Alright. Now this distance from here to here, this is 80 meters. So what is the total distance that Ram has traveled? See, Ram has traveled L plus 80. Right? Now we are directly considering from beginning to the second meeting. Okay. So from beginning to the second meeting, there is no break, as you see. There is no break. They have met, but they have continued their motion. Okay, continued their swim. So Ram has traveled from this point to this point to this point. That means he has traveled L plus 80. Okay, so distance traveled by Ram will be L plus 80. In the same time, Shyam has traveled from this point to this point, that is L, and then this point to this point, that is L minus 80. So basically Shyam has traveled L plus L minus 80. So the distance traveled by Shyam will be L plus L minus 80. So these are the distances traveled by Ram and Shyam. This ratio should be equal to the ratio of speeds, R by S. Alright, look at this very carefully. In the first case, Ram traveled this much, that is 60 meters. Shyam traveled L minus 60. So ratio of 60 and L minus 60 should be equal to ratio of speeds. In the second meeting, case of second meeting, Ram has traveled total distance of L plus 80. Shyam has traveled total distance of L plus L minus 80, that is 2L minus 80. That also is equal to ratio of speeds because the time taken is still the same. Alright? Time taken by Ram to go for this distance and time taken by Shyam to go for this whole distance is the same thing. Okay. Now ratio R by S is same in both the cases. So if you equate these two expressions, 60 by L minus 60 and L plus 80 by 2L minus 80, you will get your answer. Let's write it here. 60 upon L minus 60 equal to L plus 80 upon 2L minus 80. cross multiply, so you get 120L minus 4800 is equal to L minus 16 to L plus 80, so it is L square minus 60L plus 80L minus 4800. So you see from 4800 this gets cancelled. 60L goes to the other side, gets added, 80 goes to the other side, gets subtracted. So 60 added to 120, 180 minus 80. So 100L is equal to L square. Now L is non-zero number, so we can cancel one L. We'll get L equal to 100 meters. So length of the pool is 100 meters. So one very beautiful question, application of ratios. Proportionality between distance and speed. Remember, I'll just repeat once more that the time taken is same by Ram and Shyam for the first meeting. Similarly, time taken is same by Ram and Shyam from beginning to the meeting, right, for the second meeting. So if time taken is same, that means the distance travelled ratio, so you only have to identify the total distance travelled by Ram and Shyam both. I'll repeat in this case, for the second meeting which is happening here, Ram has travelled one full length plus 80 meter. This 80 meter distance is given from Shyam's starting point. And Shyam has travelled total length plus total length minus 80, that is L plus L minus 80. So by simplifying, we get length of swimming pool 100 meters.